Okay, we got a new project. I bought this sign, okay, so nice sign, good size, fits on a table, looks great, but the top piece is 31 inches and the bottom piece is 32 inches, and the result is it needs a special carrier. It's oblong, it's a pain in the neck, it all breaks down very nicely, but it does not fit in a standard carry-on or any actual bag. Like, you know, 32 inches on the inside, even diagonally, that's a big bag, and certainly bigger than I need to take to a domestic city, let alone overseas. So here's the project. We're going to see if we can cut it down the middle, and I'll take it apart and show you what the pieces look like, and it'll make more sense. So the beautiful sign is about $100 a piece. We got 3 of them, and the top piece is 31 inches to the outside. And the goal is that we can cut it in half and then get a dowel to go in between there. So each half would be, you know, in the neighborhood of, with the dowel sticking out, maybe 20 inches maximum. So you know, it'll be roughly whatever, 16 plus a little bit sticking out 3 or 4 inches. And that would fit in a piece of luggage. The base is a different animal, so the base has got these cool feet that fold in, so that's good. And then there's these little pieces that I don't know that we actually need, but they stick out so that they can screw into the base and keep it in place. I don't know that you need that because gravity is on your side, but this with the little thing sticking out is about 32 inches end to end. Again, I think we can cut that in half and put a 2x2 in there. And I have to be honest, this is very light, so I'm hoping that there's nothing on the inside and that I'm not going to destroy a number of blades getting through this, but I don't think that that's going to be a problem. It's so light. I don't think this is stainless steel. You know, the metal's going to be a problem. I think I measured the tubing. It looks like it's going to be about 7/8. I can't absolutely promise that, and there's no reason to believe that they made it so that I could do this extravagant redesign. So that's the goal. Cut these in half and see if we can get something to put them back together again. Here we go. So if you've never cut tubing, it's shockingly easy. They make a tool specifically designed to cut tubing. You can get this at Home Depot, Lowe's, Ace Hardware, pretty much any place that they sell anything remotely related to plumbing stuff. That's going to be what you need. And basically, here's what you do. You take this, you loosen it until it fits over the piece of tubing. And when it slides in place, you put it where you want and you start to tighten it just a little bit. And you see it sort of sits into rollers on that side. It's got a cutter at the top, and you just literally just go around in a circle, and you can see the scoring already. I think you can see the scoring. Here we go. And then you tighten it a little bit and you keep going. This only has one tiny drawback, and I'm just tightening it a little as I hit the bottom. Keep going in a circle, and you don't have to tighten it every time. It will continue to cut a little bit. Then you tighten it, keep going. What it's doing is pressing that cutting blade into the tubing. And again, this is pretty light, so I'm going to put it down here so that when it falls off, there we go. I got 2 pieces. Now, I said there's a weakness. The main weakness is that we have pushed this in a little bit. So if you were to take your finger on the inside of this, there's a ridge. It might be a little bit sharp, but basically it's a ridge. They've thought of that. This comes with a little tool. It's not sharp at all. It's just, it sticks out so that you can put it inside of here. And then as you twist it, gets rid of those little burrs, and the tube looks like it's going to be fine. Yeah, so it sticks in a little bit. Let's see how it fits. I did buy a 7/8 inch dowel, and if we're lucky, it'll fit right in there without any problems. Now, obviously we have to cut this dowel, but moment of truth. It is pretty darn close, and I'll just focus on there. You can see that there's a tiny bit of space, because I'm sure that the inside of this is measured exactly in millimeters, and this is roughly 7/8 of an inch. But it's close enough that I'm not going to have any problem putting a screw in there and holding that in place. Now the goal is going to be, I want this to stick out enough so that I can put this on the other side, right, and bring the two together, and it'll just be there at the top. So the dowel piece worked great. Now let's see if we have as much luck with the 2x2 piece. Now we have the two cut pieces, but we definitely have some sharp edges on the inside. Not a problem. We'll just take a file and just file them off a little bit. Not bad. Just make sure we don't have any burrs that someone's going to cut themselves on, and then I got a nasty gram. All right, so that's pretty good. Do the other one. Okay, now I got a 2x2, and I just bought just a low grade because we're going to stick it inside of here, and no one's ever going to see it, and it doesn't have to be straighter except for maybe 5 or 6 inches total. So now let's just see if it just happens to fit. Oh my gosh. Look at that. It is pretty close to unbelievable. So now I'm going to be able to cut that off, have one piece that's going to stay on there, the other piece is going to go here, and it's just going to be beautiful. Okay, so show you my skills at soldering. I've cut 4 pieces of wood. I made them 8 inches for no particular reason. So I want to basically find the 4-inch mark just so I know about how far in I'm going to put them. So they'll be 4 inches in on either side, and just mark them. It doesn't have to be particularly exact, but more or less there. And then I'm going to take 2 of them, put them aside for future signs. Put this one in until it's about that 4 inches. Now, it is probably not going to come out. There's probably no way that's coming out, but I don't need it falling out in somebody's luggage and having them say, oh, I can't find that piece. So, and I'm just going to put 1 screw in here, which is just kind of overkill, but what the hell, right? And we're just going to put 1 little hole in there. Very, very soft metal, by the way, just so you know, which is fine. And we're just going to put in kind of one of these nasty screws, you know, the kind that are great for drywall, and they just not going to come out. And so it'll become essentially a beautiful non-issue. Done. So that is now going to be on the bottom. It's not going to stick out. Nobody's even going to notice it. Now this part, you saw how much trouble I had getting that other one in. If I have as much trouble here, I'm just going to literally sand it down a tiny, tiny bit. But oh my gosh, it just went on perfectly. So we've got a nice line, very, very visible. And I might touch that up with just a little bit of paint, not because it needs it, but just because I'm kind of picky that way. Now we've cut the dowels and we're going to do basically the same thing. The main thing you have to remember though is I'd love to have that screw be on the back instead of the front. So it doesn't really matter which side is the back or the front because these are basically identical. But what does matter is that you pick one of them to be the back and then you make sure that these are pretty squared up. So that's laying flat, so this will always be the back. Make sure I didn't push that in too far. Okay, good to go. Now I'm going to use a smaller screw for this because I don't want it to go through all the way to the other side. All right, beautiful. And now these two go together, boom! And there you are. So this one still turns, but that's okay because the uprights and the whole rest of the operation and the sign is going to keep it in place. I mean, I guess we could put some kind of a bolt through there or something, but there's no point in doing that. This makes it easy for somebody to take this out of their luggage and go, boom, done. All right, now let's put it all together. Alrighty, let's put this thing together. So I have here a 23-inch Nautica bag. To be honest, a 24-inch might be a better choice, but you can see that it fits in there. This piece, lots of room. Doesn't have to be completely sideways. The biggest pieces are these side pieces that we did not cut. So these side pieces are the same length, and they are just at 23 inches. So if you had a 24-inch bag, you would have no problem at all. But this is pretty straightforward. This slides in there. There's only one way it goes together. It snaps kind of nicely. These other pieces are very small in comparison, and that's it that you have to put together when you get to the hotel room. So now we put together the base. These legs just pop out. We put these two pieces together. Then we'll put the top part together. It just slides right like that. It's a beautiful thing. These uprights now fit into the base, and that's where this screw is designed to, you know, tighten and hold it in place. I don't even think that's necessary really, but there you go. Let's put this on the floor now. So see, there's the top. We're gonna make sure we line that up there. Again, it just snaps into place. There's a little hole where the thing lines up. So now you got all of that in place. The worst part about all of this is that the sign is longer than 23 inches. So that's a 24-inch sign. So you may have to put that sticking out of your backpack or whatever, but then we put the sign through the little grommets at the top and the bottom. And they have little springs on them. So it actually holds the entire thing together. So there's pressure this way, and so there's no way it can fall apart. And there you have it. It was a surprisingly easy project, easier than I thought it was going to be and way faster than I thought it was going to be. We got 3 of these. One's already done. The parts for the other 2 are already cut. I just have to cut the pieces at the top and the bottom, slide those things in, put the screws in like another 10 minutes, and I'll be done. I'm not sure who this is particularly useful for, but if you have one of these FrameWorx signs and it doesn't break down as much as you would like it to, this is a good way to break it down. You can still fit all that stuff in the bag it came with and then just fold the bag in half and you'll be good to go. Hey, if there's anything useful, any good tips out of this video, please give it a thumbs up, like it if you like it, share it with your friends, and if you don't mind, checking out the occasional fix-it things I do, please subscribe to the channel.